changed very little from then till physical production. So it's close to the same, and so it's not so much in response to that. It's kind of its own island. But the other superhero movies that you might characterize as maybe a little more conventional are highly entertaining IPs that people love. So I think it works sort of because of those movies, not sort of in spite of them, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't think we wrote it as a response to all the oversaturation of the superhero market. I think that's part of the reason why the audience loved it, was because it was a response to the oversaturation, but it wasn't created because the market was oversaturated.
But certainly in the interim, and when it's taking so many years to get it made, it becomes more topical. It's like writing a movie 6 years ago about a crazy presidential election. And then it's like...
Yeah, but when you think about it, in 2009, there were still a ton of superhero movies out there. There was still that oversaturation that there exists now, maybe a little less so, but still a ton of superhero movies that were out there.
So you get a ton of no's. Are the no's along one theme, or is it, I mean, because you could break it down, it could be story, it could be character, it could be rating. If there even is an inkling of interest, and there probably wasn't, were there specific complaints or notes about why this wasn't the right movie at the right time?
I think there was a litany of reasons. I mean, it was a risky property for Fox. In a certain sense, I understand why they were reticent to greenlight this movie. Inevitably, we had to pare it down so much that, I mean, we literally shot this movie on $47 in a bag of Skittles. So we just pared it down to the point where the risk-reward factor was such that the studio felt like they could roll the dice with it. It certainly had a lot of fan support. I mean, there's a lot of Deadpool fans out there before this movie was made, and they really got it made because we leaked test footage onto the internet.
Wait, you leaked it?
Totally, a total accident.
Okay.
And that sort of created a groundswell, which ignited the internet. And the internet really sort of demanded that these guys make a movie, and then they said yes. And there were a lot of proponents at Fox. I mean, Emma Watts was somebody who really wanted to make this movie for a long time, but she doesn't. For whatever reason, she couldn't at the time. So, but we got a ton of no's. We got a lot of no's.
And it's forgotten, but the script actually leaked 2 years before the test footage leaked.
Wow. Yeah. Accidentally.
And was the test footage kind of proof? Was the test footage proof of concept? I mean, what was it, and how much of that look and design did you retain in the finished film?
So much of it. I mean, there's very little has changed. I think that the biggest changes to what you see up here is in what was in the script is that Deadpool just loses every fight until the end. In the movie we shot, in the original screenplay, there was a bit of a seesaw battle back and forth with Ajax. So that was one of the biggest changes. But otherwise, no. And the writing process was interesting on the film too. And I know you could speak to this better than I could, but the writing process started in 2009 and went all the way through post-production. All the way through the edit process, and then carried on into the marketing campaign. And that was the thing that was, I think, particularly unusual about Deadpool, is that the marketing campaign was a direct extension of the film itself. So I wasn't kidding when I said I on the last day shooting, I left with the suit. Not just because I've been waiting 10 years to make the movie and fuck them, I'm leaving with the suit, but also because I was in it, I think, more during the marketing than I was in the film.